she opens the fridge, Sue reappears. Maria realizes that Sue becomes invisible when her body heats up and reappears when her temperature is normal. Maria takes Sue to the lab for tests and finds that the liquid from the bioprinter caused these side effects. Sue becomes invisible at times and then visible again. To confirm, Maria gives her a device that heats her body. When Sue's body gets hot, she disappears. They also discover that when Sue is invisible and touches someone, that person also turns invisible. Maria advises Sue not to leave the house, but Sue can't stay locked in and goes to school. Maria is worried and wants to create a cure, but Sue doesn't like following her mom's advice because she feels Maria never listens to her. At school, Toby is biking when he sees Sue. He approaches her and asks why she disappeared the other day. Before Sue can reply, Aileen comes over, but she gets a fake call. In reality, Sue's friend app controlled Aileen's phone. Meanwhile, a scientist watches lab CCTV footage showing Sue disappearing outside the lab and is shocked. He tells his assistant the video must be kept secret. Sue meets App at a restaurant and shares her secret: she can turn invisible at will, something her mom told her not to tell anyone. App doesn't believe her, but just then, Aileen arrives and realizes App controlled her phone. She starts hitting App, so Sue drinks coffee and turns invisible to save App. She messes with Aileen, scaring her away. App now believes Sue's story. That night, Sue tells Maria that she scared Aileen to protect her friend. While they talk in the car, Sue falls asleep. When they arrive home, Maria starts to take her out of the car, but some men kidnap Maria. Sue wakes up from the noise but is too late to stop them. Sue decides she must save her mom. She goes to Toby, who is surprised to see her so late at night. She tells him about the kidnapping. Toby wants to help but says they should go to the police. Sue refuses and instead goes inside Toby's house, where he gives her coffee. She turns invisible again, and Toby is shocked. Sue then explains everything. The next morning, Sue and Toby go to the place where Maria was kidnapped. While Sue tries to retrieve Maria's bag from the car, the kidnappers arrive and take both of them to a lab. App also arrives and rescues them. Sue believes this is the same lab where her mom is being held. To enter the lab, Sue uses the heating device to turn invisible, and Toby holds her hand to disappear too. Inside, Toby bumps into someone and becomes visible, alerting the lab staff. Sue and Toby hide in a room where they find a bag and the phone. They start checking it, but App warns them to get out immediately. She gives Toby an electric hover bag. Toby sits on it, Sue gets behind him, and they all escape to App's aunt's house. There, Sue meets App's aunt, who recognizes her. She was Maria's friend, but they had a falling out over a project. They find out the bag Toby found actually belonged to Maria. Inside is a hologram created by Maria, which can only be opened by her family, so Sue opens it. The hologram reveals that the liquid that fell on Sue affected her blood. Maria had also injected it into herself, but it didn't affect her. That night, kidnappers come to abduct Sue, but they don't know that Toby is actually sleeping in her bed. Toby fights them off and saves Sue from being kidnapped. The app designs a costume for Sue which, when worn, could prevent her from disappearing. In fact, this costume looked just like a superhero costume.